stuff in the editor. So let me kill this sucker to free up a little bit more memory, add a little more CPU horsepower. There we go. Let's see. I'm back. Yes, I'm back. I'm going to try switching over to that thing. Hey, where's my camera? Why is my camera not up there? Hold on, I'm getting my camera up there. Oh, look. Dice bag. Annabelle, I already thanked Annabelle. Never mind. Nope, I'm crashing again. Oh. Wonder if I'm still running here. Is this updated? Yeah, it's updating. There's my hand. Let's see. Famines asked, Shroud the Avatar, how did the streams get that fancy overlay? I just made a cutout that's a PNG with transparency and have that as the top thing on there. It's just an image. So you can see I can turn it off and on. These things, that's all coming from Streamlabs OBS. That's nothing crazy. Let me go and try to add back in. I think I switched cameras since I did this last. Hey, thank you, Fakan. Thank you, Fakan. Is that not working? Why is that not working? Let's see. How about that one? Is that one working? Why are none of you working? Is it working over here? It's working over here. Oh wait, it's called Real Cam. Oh, thank you, Beat Games. Thank you, Muglywump. Oh, you guys are all cheering my quality stream. Hold on, I see what's wrong with my with the thingamadobber. Hold on. I knew you guys would cheer this stuff. I'd crash my stream tons more. There we go. Let's see. Aha! I can't cover up the dog. Get behind the dog cam. There we go. Oh wow! Now that's really close and zoomed in on my face. You can see like every pore. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a great way to stream. But anyways, I was just having this zoomed in or showing me because Unity's still over there trying to crash my computer. At some point, it's going to stop doing that, and I'll be able to jump in. Watching it. Let me do some questions here while I'm waiting for that. Yeah, that's a problem. Unity either uses one thread or one core or 100 cores, and I don't have 100 cores. Famines, how did the streamers get the fancy overlay? And I could give you guys that fancy overlay, that text stuff and the Shroud of the Avatar stuff. It's actually like an image that I found that had like white stuff in it that I cut out made the white stuff transparent. But you can actually see if you look down on the Shroud. Again, I'm pointing at a screen you guys can't see. I'm like a 5-year-old. But if you look down, let's see if I can get it right. Nope, other way. That way. That corner right down there, right in there. See in the Shroud of the Avatar, see how it has some like crappy white stuff around the edges? That's because when I was cutting out, I didn't do a very good job because it was rushed. We actually had one that was done specifically for this that Barrick used, but I deleted all of the Barrick stuff on the computer. Seems to be a common thing people do. It's like they're going to have a folder with their name on it called like Barrick Temp. And then they put the most important, valuable stuff in there, as always. Let's see. And thank you for the Shogun home upgrade. Yeah, that's. I guess I can talk about that while I wait for Unity to try to not crash my computer. It may be getting close. It looks like it's not devouring hundreds of % of CPU. Seems every time I click on the window and I think it's close. Oh, nope, I think it might have recovered, maybe. Now I'm just going to close Unity and reopen it, because we all know that's what you have to do anytime you do anything big in Unity, is just close it and reopen it. because it's a professional development tool. But I'll redo the same thing I had yesterday because I've already had 2 people who mailed me and saying I missed it. It's so sad. Well, you should watch my stream. So the thing yesterday is if you upgrade your lot, I'll let you spend up to 1/3 of that amount towards a house upgrade as well. So like if you spend like 9,000 crowns or whatever, you can get 3,000 crowns applied towards the price of the house. If you just pay me the difference, or if the house is less than that, I'll send you the house. Now, if you have something that's an expired one, I think like Shogun was expired. At least some of the Shogun stuff was expired. I'm not even sure which. Some of it was not in the store. But if you have something that's expired, you have to send me that house before I'll send you the upgraded version. But I'll send you the upgraded version. If you just upgrade your lot, I'll send you the upgraded version of the house to go with the lot size you upgraded to. That seemed to work pretty well yesterday, and people really liked that and got a few upgrades. Pulling some of those crowns out of there. I think T-Branch was saying people were buying up all the crowns he had on his vendors, which is kind of the goal, is to get, again, remove crowns from the economy as much as possible. Let's see. Let me try and catch up here, and then I might be ready. Let me go ahead and close my Unity, because Unity Editor is at about 11 gigs of memory. Not just the client that grows. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. But let's see. Will we be seeing the new wolf being built? That's in reference to yesterday, and I think it was That Which Lurks was the one who suggested. But having that we have there's a high level boar and there's a high level bear, but there's no high level wolf. So having a high level I think they'd suggest calling it like a barghast or something like that. Hey, Sinesh Kazagal, good to see you on the stream today, and thank you very much for the 100 bits. Oh, a little doggy head went into the thing. Yeah, so that's one of the ones we will probably be looking at, because, yeah, I agree. It's how can we not have a top-tier wolf pet that competes with the boars and the other stuff? We are not dog haters. We are dog lovers. Look at my dog. I love dogs. All right, looks like Unity finally closed. Oh, and that's another catch, or another bonus for Unity, is if you start closing it and it like just sits there and does nothing for a long period of time, don't Control-Alt-Delete or don't task kill it, because it can corrupt your database, and then you're stuck with a full reimport, which can take hours to days. Good stuff. I just started the wrong thing. Hold on. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to show you stuff in Unity. Hey, Z of Silverdale, I have no idea where you came from, but I really like you. I don't think I saw you at all until maybe yesterday or the day before, but glad to have you here, and thank you for the 800 bits. Hold on, I got to close one thing. And now, after a lovely 25-minute delay to the start, I might be ready. And oh my goodness, that's 25 minutes where I didn't have a prizing going on. Hold on, let me figure out what I'm going to do for prizes. Oh crud, and I don't have the client open today. I can open the client at the same time as Unity as long as it's not compiling. Let me get the client open, then I can do the prizing easier. I'm going to say, I think there's is there a Heraldry Mega Pack or something? What do you guys think? Any suggestions out there? Z's an old fogey. He is, but I hadn't seen him on the streams. I hadn't seen that name show up on the streams until recently. Oh, Z is governor of Silverdale in game. Cool, that's a town I've heard of. And if I've heard of it, that usually means it's a pretty well-run town, because there must be some people in there, because I've probably been to it to look for a bug. Because that's pretty much how I know almost all the towns in the game. Hey, there's a bug in Silverdale. Go check it out. Unity editor not responding. That's pretty much typical. Hold on, let me get in our game so I can find what I'm going to do for a prize today. For those of you who are really new to the stream, then I should probably tell you who I am. I'm Chris Spears. I'm Atos in game. I'm one of the guys who helped start this project and cracks the whip a lot, but cracks the whip at no one more than myself. You will see me on here a lot, and you'll see me in game a lot. I try to make sure everything runs smoothly. Again, a lot of the stuff I do is finger pointing, as in I point at things and say, fix that, fix that, fix that. Because I can't do it all. I do delegate lots of stuff. But I do lots of stuff. I do lots of balance stuff. I do lots of gameplay stuff and all that thing. So if you have design questions, I'm probably the best guy to ask in terms of overall stuff. Obviously, Richard knows story stuff way better than me. And Star knows some stuff like, hey, what crap is expired? He knows all that stuff way, way better than me. But in terms of just general gameplay systems, I'm probably the best guy to ask. Except for crafting, and then crafting Beezus knows way better than me. All right, I think I've successfully started the two of them. Oh, and thank you, Artemis, for the 100 bits, and thank you, Artemis is one of the guys who took advantage of the upgrade yesterday, and yeah, thanking me for that. Yeah, again, some of these things, I don't know if they're fair or not in terms of the stream, like values and things like that. That one seemed like a cool one just because it was, nobody had to give me any money. It was all pretty much in-game. I think sales yesterday were not that great, but it pulled a ton of crowns out of the market, which drives up demand for crowns, and then also drives up gold value for crowns, which also drives demand for crowns. So I'm trying to stick to that side of things, mainly because if I get into the money side of things, then usually I have to do something like ship you guys packages or some crap like that, and I do not want to do any more shipping than I have to. Now, why is this not showing the game? There we go. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was trying to get over here so I could find the crown store so I could see what we had. Oh, tabletop tree pack. That's what we're doing, guys. That's the first one. Tabletop tree pack. Now you can go. Go. Raffle. Question. Remy Theriantha. Question. When will players get the dungeon tools like those used to make the compendium of whatever in Braemar? That was Chilblain's Compendium of Doom or something like that. So we're continuing to work on things. I've actually... So I've got all the stuff done. I can go show you what the troll room looks like, I guess. It's probably not on this client. I'll probably have to show that to you in the editor. Let me see if I can figure out how to get my editor over here so I can show off some stuff in the editor without showing off too much stuff in the editor. Let's see. How about if I do... Is there a way to... There's a way to do that. Hold on. Working on it. Yes, Unity is awesome. All right, let me see. Hold on, trying to get this to that size, and then I can do that. And then let me see if I can come over here and do window capture and see if I can find Unity. That's not capturing the thing I want to capture. That is definitely not what I want. All right. Let's see. I think I can get this to work. Hold on. I'm going to do a little squeezing and stuff there, but I think I can go ahead and do that. There we go. We're getting closer. What I'm trying to do is get this so it's only showing the center window part there. Let me squeeze that down a little bit more, because I do need some more space to work on some things. All right, now I got to squeeze the do the transform thing. Hold on. I know this is great stream stuff. Let's see. Transform. Just let me set the numbers. I just want to do the thing. Output projector. What the hell is an output projector? No, that's not what I want. I want to do, like, let me crop that without squeezing it. Ugh. So annoying. Are you guys telling me how to do this down here in the bottom corner? You know, you guys are all raffling while I do this. You don't care that I'm doing this stuff. Transform. That is not correct. That is not what I want. Those filters. Is there a crop? Crop! There, found it! Haha! Alright, hold on. I think I got it now. Whoop. Hold on. Getting there. Oh yeah. There we go. How about 60 at the top? Seems good. And then we'll do 300 over there. Oh, not 4,000. 7. What is it doing with the numbers? Here we go. About 600. That's pretty good. And then we'll do about 4 or 600 down there. 500. We'll do 600. There we go. And now I can fit that to screen, right? Bam. Yeah. Figuring things out. Except I want to take some of that top off. 100. You know what? I can just kill the 16 by 9. Hold on, let me do that. Free aspect. There we go. Nailed it. Good enough. All right. Let me see what you guys are talking about. Oh, and I'll draw that one since I got a late start today. I'll do that one at 3, and then I'll try to do another drawing at 3:30, and then another one at 4. So I'll get in 3 drawings today for some decent prizing stuff. So you guys are wondering what you're looking at there. That is actually Deep Ravenswood from the editor. And just so you know, you will probably see the client and all this stuff freeze up. I'm going to attempt to freeze on camera when it happens, like mid-sentence. I'll be talking along and be like, but it's actually the client is freezing up. I'm just trying to play along with it so it doesn't get insecure and crash on me. But that is the beauty of Unity. The latest version of Unity has added a ton of new. Yep, right there. Oh, did you see that? That's another amazing feature of Unity. Is you'll get these long hangs and pauses, and when it happens, if you're pressing a key, it keeps pressing the key even if you let up on it. They don't have a max delta time. That's how you would normally handle that, is you check for delta time and you'd cap your delta time. It's like 2 lines of code they could fix that problem in, but nah, why would they bother fixing that? It's only been in there for like 8 years. This may just turn into a Unity bitch session, by the way. Let's see. So this is Deep Ravenswood here. I'm going to go ahead and save the scene. Yeah, in case you're wondering what I was talking about with the delta time thing, I can explain that, since it's probably going to turn into more of a tech talk, which is every frame, there's the concept of how long has it been since the last frame. And that's important because a lot of calculations have to be based on time changes since the last one was updated. So, like if you're moving forward, we don't want to base it so every frame you go, a meter ahead or something. We want to have it on a meters per second, and then we multiply that by how long it's been since the last frame. Hopefully that's in the 16 millisecond range. 16.6 milliseconds is how long a frame is if you're running at 60. Thank you. Oh, I think I've got the windows. My window capture, is that on top of... Oh, that's on top of everything. Dog cam, chat box, title, tip jar, everything. There we go. Now, there we go. That's better. Now I can see what's going on. Oh, man, and I missed a few there. Elron, King of Elves, 100 bits. Thank you very much, Master Crafter. Snugs, 100 bits. Snugs, 100 bits. Snugs is going on a roll again today. Pace yourself, Snugs. We don't want to repeat it last month. You got to wait until right at the end, and if you want to get ahead, then you're like, wait till the end. Then you can stretch ahead. Just a pro tip. Snugs is pacing himself. 100 bits. Anyway, so they should be capping things on delta time, and that way, we cap some things in delta time. If someone gets a really bad frame rate, you'll see that they don't move forward as fast, and some of that is because we're capping their delta times. I think we cap it to maybe 100 milliseconds, like 10 frames per second. If you fall below that, then you start, some things don't update properly for you. Your own movement speed in general. In case you're wondering, yeah, your movement speed is calculated on your client. The server does do a delta to see, because it's really easy to see what your delta is from time to time. It also does a few other checks for line of sight and some other stuff. But the move speed calculation is actually done on your client. And so if you get a really bad frame rate, we cap the time, that delta time calculation, so you don't get some weirdness of hey, I froze for 5 seconds and then shot off to the moon. Unity, I'm bringing that up because Unity doesn't do that with the editor. So you'll see Unity says, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to go compile a shader right now, and I'm going to lock up everything until it's done. Thank you very much, Skaggy Media, and thank you very much for bringing all your fans over, too. But all they have to do is if they just put in there, hey, the max delta time we want on that is maybe 100 milliseconds. It's one of those things, it's so easy. Snugs, thank you very much, Snugs. You just like making the beeping sound. I need to change that for the Vegas slot machine. Ching, 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 ching. I need to change that for that sound. But anyway, so it's one of those frustrating things. If Unity would just go fix it one little thing, it'd take minutes. And again, if they would give us the code, hey, guess what, guys? We could fix that for you and submit it as a possible addition you guys could integrate. And yes, I did just have a big argument with them today. Well, not an argument. I submitted my crash log to them. Let's see. I'm trying to go in and fix some of these guys. I thought I'd seen some of these spider webs that were kind of just floating around. Some of that may be, there may be a floaty spider web somewhere because a certain tree type was removed. We do that occasionally because there's 2 or 3 different stages of trees. There's the new trees that we use, all the speed tree stuff, and then there's actually a new top above that, the physically based rendering, PBR. I make sure to call it physically based rendering the first time I talk about it, because if I just say PBR, personally, if I'm not thinking about graphic stuff, I just think Pabst Blue Ribbon too. But it's physically based rendering. But they've got the PBR stuff and PBR support for the trees. And then the normal tree or normal speed trees, and then there's kind of like this middle tree, and then there's like this really old style of tree that is absolutely hideous. I think the tree wall stuff is made with the stuff that I'm referring to as hideous. It's got a lot of performance problems, and it doesn't have a good way to cull itself well. It doesn't smoothly change quality or have any good way to do LODs, lots of different stuff on it. It looks very, if you try to have any differences on it, it snaps because it's got this weird shader. But anyways, I'm not seeing too much in the way of horrible spider web stuff. I mean, there's way more spider webs I'd like to see in a map. You guys are apparently used to it. Yeah, thank you again, Snugs. Let me check up on the terrain here. Make sure we got a terrain that does not suck. No, this is a terrain that sucks. Oh no, it has been Microsplat. That's the newer shader we use. We use something called Microsplat for those guys who are out there. It's a package that's out there. We've made a bunch of updates to it, and by we I mean one and only. But it's still, right now, it's the best shader system out there. Look, and this is set to draw instanced. That's good. That's the new thing, is the draw instance. That is what will offload a lot of the work to the GPU. I'm falling behind on you, Snugs. Snugs1. Thank you. Snugs1. Thank you again. And Snugs1. Thank you again. So yeah, so it looks like the terrain is in not that bad a shape. You can't quite see because let me get the window. You guys aren't going to be able to see that. This is running without any lighting, in case you're wondering why this looks a little weird. There's the lighting toggled on. And again, I'm showing you this cropped to the actual work window here, mostly cropped, kind of ghetto cropped to the work window. That which lurks. Man, you're really interested in this wolf. But yes, there's a good chance the Barghast will spawn here. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of doing a quick pass through for quality and inspection. So the map is not that bad. I thought there was going to be a lot more stuff to fix up with it. So, let's see. Yeah, let's see if I can see what they're doing with these spawners. So you guys aren't going to be able to see this, but the way, oh, I know, I can show you this. You can see how these spawners are set up. I think I mentioned that's one of the things I was going to change on this. I think this is one of those maps that was not the earliest maps. Oh, thank you very much, Bedonham. Bedonham. For 1,000 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But you can see these spawners. This is showing you how the spawners are set up on that. And so the spawners used to be, it's like a atomic thing where here is a spawner, and it didn't talk to any of the other spawners. And then at some point we moved to a system where it had spawn groups. So you could say, hey, here's 10 places you can spawn, and have, at any given time, have 4 of them spawned. That same concept is used for some of the resource gathering as well. But anyways, you can see this is one of the earlier ones. So a lot of the times what we use that for is like cluster spawning, because they'll also, if they're part of a spawn group, they can have some awareness to the other guys in the spawn group, which means if you pull one, like they all come type stuff. But this is doing it where it has spawn, they're spawned out there, but it's got that many out there, and then only at any given time. It's got 10 spawn points, but only 5 will be up at any given time, and then a 4-minute spawn timer. Let me see if I can get a good idea of how many different spawners there are around here. So that's the wolf lair area. Hold on, I'm catching up on questions. Oh, great, now you got everybody talking about the new wolf. So that's the wolves. There's spiders. Yeah, this is a view you guys don't get to see that much. I mean, you've probably seen this map, well, some of you have seen this map 1,000 times, but you've never seen it like this. Da-da-da. Area 1 Homestead. I don't even know what spawns in Homestead. It looks like that has wolves and zombies. There's the zombies. There's the wolves. So you can see, though, what this is kind of what I was talking about is most of these spawn areas. You see that many spawn points, but out of those, only half of them will be full at any given time. So what it ends up doing, and because they're not really clustered together in any way, that is, again, that's kind of one of those, I would call it an old style way of spawning them, because you're pretty much guaranteed to have them scattered everywhere, and you're never going to have that many. You'll be fighting one thing at a time, which if you're kind of a newish player, fighting one thing at a time is kind of, maybe what you want to do, or if you're an archer, that may be what you want to do. But in general, most players prefer to have multiple targets at a given time. Oh, good question there. Again, giving away lots of secrets here, but the two circles you see there, let's see if I can find this guy. There we go, got him. So the two circles you see there, one is the wander radius and one is the leash radius. Actually, I think the blue is the leash. One is the wander, one is the aggro range, and then the blue is the leash. So you can see he'll wander within this center area here. If you come within this area, though, he might aggro on you. And then if you attack him and try to run away, he'll run up to that distance. Pretty cool. So these are just visualization tools that we have for the world builders, so they can see how things overlap. If you're working on a map, like I use this stuff pretty intensively, looking at dungeon spawn stuff now as I'm going through and trying to fix a few last things in it. But I'm looking at this stuff because I'm trying to make sure when I set them up, I know which things will come together, which things will aggro together. And also I want to make sure that if they leash, they're going to leash about at the exit to the room, not go too far outside the room. Because obviously if you could kite them outside the room too far, then you can get into the situation of, now let me set up my little bunker, and then here's the wall I'm going to stand behind and fight them at and get some big advantages on them. So I'm paying close attention to these things lately, these aggro distances. Let's see. Darton Obscuro, we need Night of the Living Dead event where Comet causes zombies to appear in all the scenes. That'd be pretty cool. We do have time-based spawners. That's one of the things I think we don't utilize enough when players are out there, is having some things that only spawn, at midnight, or spawn exactly at midnight every night. Z of Silverdale. Question, why leash? So we can turn off leashing. There's some places where we have it set really big. I'm trying to remember which scenes. I'm trying to remember if I have that set for Ruined Keep or not. I know I experimented with that. So there's no reason to have them leash other than things, you start getting into the, and I think most of you know that EverQuest is a game I played, probably the only game I played more than Ultima Online. which of course was famous for leash or for training to the zone. So you do get some of that, but and to some extent it ends up with some bad behavior that encourages players, especially when they're out there just trying to farm stuff, because they'll run around and they'll pick up like 8 or 10 creatures if they didn't ever leash, and you can outrun them, always outrun them. The creatures have no chance, and then it's just way too trivially easy to go pick up 10 creatures, and then destroy them, drop an ice field, and and then AE them. But there are some cool things we could try. I mean, that's one of those things, again, that, where's the spawn for this guy? Boop, boop, doo. Is it in here? Is it in there? But yeah, turning off the spawner for these guys is pretty easy. It's really just make the number really big. Oh, Z of Silverdale, thank you for the 400 bits. I guess you like that answer. But yeah, that is something we could try. It's something I would want to do for more advanced scenes. And I'm trying to remember, because I know I did experiment with doing that somewhere. I just can't remember where it was. But yeah, that's something we can definitely try. Oh, another thing with leashing is because we have creatures that will fight each other. If you can leash, and it's not just kiting other players or training other players, you can train other mobs, which, there is some cool to that, but there is also benefit to be gained from the players. So it's one of those things, again, I think just for some sanity in a lot of these cases, that they don't have a leash, or they have a leash distance that's modest. But yeah, I would totally be for turning up leash distances, giving that a try in a few scenes. I'd rather it be scenes that had some common factions to them. For instance, I think that's why I was looking at Ruined Keep was a good example, because I went and I forced all the factions in Ruined Keep to be the same faction. You know what? Maybe we can just go do that now. I think that's what I can do for Ruined Keep real quick. If I can remember what the heck Ruined Keep is actually called. Hold on, let me go do that. I'll make that change now, and we can maybe that get pushed out in a patch. What do you guys think? Is that crazy? I think it is messed up. Those Cabalist, ugh. So Obsidian Keep. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Ruined Keep is actually Obsidian Keep. It's one of those things we had some mixed terminology early on, where we'd call things obsidian, but then there's the obsidians as well. So we wherever we could, we tried to kill off using obsidian for some other term, unless it was specifically to deal with the obsidians. Z-fighting. One of those things will vanish when the game starts. One of those is marking like the swim plane, and one of those is actually marking the top of the water. This is definitely some old school water here. Here's Ruined Keep. Ta-da. In case you were wondering. Yeah, because one of the things I would like the idea of not leashing in some cases. If you have, like, these guys are supposed to be the guards. Their purpose is they're there to protect the big troll guy in the back, who's kind of a boss type. With leashing, it makes it way too easy to just run right by everybody and get to the head boss guy. That's one of those things. Oh, I know where I talked about doing that. I said I want to do it. I want to do it on all party instance dungeons. And yes, this is Ruined Keep. I want to do an all party instance dungeons is where I'd planned on turning that on. I was going to turn it on for Ravensmoor. So that, and again, part of the reason is don't want you to be able to run by all the guards and run straight to the head lich and kill them and just ignore all the other guys because you know they're going to leash on you. So maybe I'll do it with a few guys here. Maybe make it so when you get in here. Ooh, that may be, is that his leash? Oh, you know what this is? I did do it here. That's what I was thinking I did it here. So you can see in Ruined Keep, it's already turned way up. So that's, yeah, I was thinking that's how I had it. So they have a leash distance of 200 in the guard area for the Ruined Keep. Now, of course, a lot of you don't know that because if you walk in the front door, you tend to just run by all this crap, run everything over, and then get over here to fight. Or you come in the back door and kill whatever you see here. But yeah, you definitely don't know about the not leashing. So yes, so there's, if you want to go check out and see how it feels to have stuff not leash, just come on down here because everybody's got a 200 leash distance. Except does the head guy have a 200 leash distance? Yeah, so he's got a 75. That's Gorak Man Smasher. So he's got a 75, so he can be pulled, but I'm sure most of you know this, that he'll only let himself be pulled to just a little bit beyond there. And my reason for that was I wanted to make sure, you know, if you were there, you know, you had a chance to get aggro from some of the other stuff. Concerned about the bridge troll leash range. Let's go see what the bridge troll leash range is. So he has a 75, so he will leash. He basically won't leave the bridge. He is truly a bridge troll. And over here, oh, this one, is that another troll? Yep, that's the second troll. Yeah, and these guys are all static spawns, which means that they will always be there. It's not like one or the other, so that guy's always there. And actually, yeah, you can see his leash. So the leash, the bridge troll, that's kind of odd. This guy will only, he won't go off the bridge. Is that accurate? No, he's actually, no, it looks like he's got a 302. So both these guys have a, they'll run over the entire zone. If you want to get in there, you either have to sneak by them or you have to kill them. It's kind of the idea. They patrol outside their leash range. So that guy's not set to wander. That guy's not set to wander. That guy is, yeah, none of these guys are supposed to be wandering. But they may be kiteable and then lose them. So here's the other thing that I'll show you that's kind of a secret thing too, which is, I'm sure some people saw this in EQ, and I can explain to you why, and I can probably show you here. I'll hold the coolness until I explain things. But if you ever had in EQ or some other game, EQ is one of the few that didn't have leash distances on things. But if you had, like, just out of the blue, something happened, like a creature you thought was chasing after you, isn't chasing after you anymore, and then about a minute later he shows up with about 100 friends, that would tend to be some bad pathfinding. Sometimes it's just, it gets so screwed up on pathfinding it would teleport home and then end up pulling some more stuff. But let me show you the nav mesh, because that can be one of the things that'll block leashing as well. Oh, and it's 3 o'clock. I'm supposed to be doing the raffle. So yeah, you guys do finish up entering the raffle. Anybody wants in the raffle. And then I will pull right after I show you this next thing. if I can find the next thing. Hold on. Where's global? There it is. Bam. This can get hideously slow. Let's see. Or it cannot work at all. One or the other. Aha. Okay. Oh, now it's going to be hideously slow. Nope. Now? Yeah, so it's just not working. Thanks. That's great. So apparently the show the nav mesh stuff just broke. I'm going to guess, oh yeah, I'm getting a null reference exception there. Here, you guys can read the null reference exception too there. That one right down there at the end. Pathfinder Util Graph Gizmo. So that's apparently a free bonus that we're going to get with Unity 2018.3 upgrade, is that it broke the visualization of the graph, the nav mesh. Fabulous. But anyways, if I click that button and it had worked, it would be showing you a color-coded map with the polygon showing all the different surfaces that can be used for movement. And it would be color-coded, showing you where there's breaks. Because if it's like all the same color, like it's all blue, that means that it's one completely contiguous nav mesh. Generally, that's not what you get. Generally, there's some spots where there's breaks, and if we had a bunch of world builders, that's one of those things I'd probably have them go and polish up. I did a little bit of work on this map. I think that's how I ended up putting this up here, is to make sure that they could get across that, so it wasn't too easy for people to just come up and kill them and have a super easy escape route. But there's two different nav meshes. Generally, there's kind of the humanoid size, and then there's the large size nav mesh. So there's some places, like sometimes little guys can get across areas, but big guys can't. Like obviously, if there's a small door, a big guy can't get through that, and it'll break his nav mesh. But anyways, Shroud of the Avatar, 2 guys at the end of the bridge. Check them, please. Absolutely. This guy has a... He does not have a leash distance overloaded. Oh, he does have a patrol path. So you see these lines here. Pretty sure you see my mouse cursor there. Those lines there, those are guys that are on patrols. So he doesn't have a leash. Thank you, Stream RPG, for 12 bits. I'll still thank you for 12. But you can see these guys have paths. So they walk up and down this path. They have a patrol path on them. That's why they don't have any leash distances. They don't leash. They follow these paths, and then they've got some information embedded in the path, as I recall. And thank you, Snugs1. Thank you for 300 bits. Boom. So these guys do patrol. That's usually when you see in the editor, you see a line like this. That's usually what that is it's a path. And Liz Kimber, thank you very much, Liz. So you can see there's another patrol path here. Once you get inside, there's a few patrol paths. There's not that much, though. Some of these were set up with the idea that if you got the timing right, it'd make it easier to sneak by, not aggroing stuff, which, of course, matters more in here. I redid, if you guys recall, about maybe 7 months ago, this was the scene I came in that was just, nobody ever went there. Like, it'd go for days at a time with no one going there. And when people went there, like, I'm sure they never went back. It was pretty abysmal. And that's when I came in and gave it the tune-up and put all this stuff in here. So you might also recall the scale of it has changed since the initial days. It's actually been scaled up to be half again as big, which I did because I was moving it from being like skeletons to being high-level satyrs and trolls. Again, thank you, Liz. Another long-time fan. No, and speaking of longtime fans and short-time fans, that's Undone has been pulling some data uh, for things, and he was looking at just some data for the recent stuff, trying to get some metrics because again, it's nearly impossible to figure out like me streaming. How much does that help the game? Is that worth my time? Is that worth something? Is it actually bringing in new people? So incredibly tough to bring to figure some of that out. But he did some numbers, and it does look like some things improved over the last 30 days. Almost 10% of money came from people who joined in those 30 days. So that means that, again, we love you old guys, and anybody can contribute, great, but we're trying to bring in some fresh blood to help boost things up. And, hearing that type of stuff, hearing that almost 10% of the money that came in was from brand new people in the game is the kind of cool stuff I love hearing. He's probably watching the stream right now and is lurking in there. But anyways, he's pulling some more numbers on that. But the streaming does seem to be helping out. Since we had a little bit of a slow month last month, I actually reduced our advertising down to a smaller amount. But the stream stuff, I believe, is helping more than paid advertising was. So it's a win-win, win-win-win. And it exposes a lot of you guys who haven't seen the game. Again, you can see the dev side of things, which is kind of what I'm showing here today, is dev-related stuff. But, ooh, look, there we go, a little better. A little bit better. But then it also, they get to see the game. And as I've mentioned before, that's one of the tough things on our game is it is a great game, but it can take a while to get into. So it's kind of, getting people to try it long enough. The attention span of people these days is super, super short. And without an upfront investment for people to make them feel like I really got to give it a chance. It's just tough to get people to get in there and really try and give it a fair shake when there's so many other games out there. So anyways, so that's where I think streaming helps a lot. And of course, you guys help a lot too, because nothing will make a player stay with a game more than the social aspect of it. And the camaraderie and joining guilds and stuff like that, or joining a town, which is, again, one of the things when I talk about changes we're making. That's one of the big changes we're going to be making here shortly. Let me see if I have some questions. Pardue, what do you think about a recruit a friend system where you get some type of bonuses for playing with a friend? When the friend reaches some milestone, you get rewards. So that's one of the things we did in the past that we tried, but of course most people just gamed it, was if you got somebody to buy the game that you referred, we gave you some kickback, and a lot of people just gamed the system and used it for their second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, blah 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 accounts. It's one of those things. I really like the idea. I wish I could come up with a way that was implementable and not exploitable, because that's one of the things, again, getting your friends in there. That's, I tell you guys every stream, number one thing you can do. Bits are great, as Stream RPG just gave me 500 bits. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That helps a ton, because that's also one of those things that helps us, can help us get shown more, because, hey, guess what? If a stream is making money, that means Twitch is making some money off it. As Twitch is making some money off of it, they want to show it to more people. So those giving us bits absolutely helps, not just us, but also helps us get more exposure. But the number one thing you guys can do is bring people to the game, because if you have a friend playing a game, I think everybody knows this. If you have a friend playing a game, they tell you to come play the game, but you know that you've kind of got a tutor who's going to be right there with you. That's definitely the best thing you can do to help out. Let's see. Chris, why wall archers has some limitations about movement? Most of the time they can't see you while you're fighting inside the fortress. I'm gonna guess Rada is referring to guys up here. Probably, again, they do line of sight. I think there's some wacky stuff in terms of the line of sight, though, where they don't really use a good, an accurate doesn't fit up with their actual visual things. But they do actually have a line of sight point that that they have defined. And my guess is just if you're up here, you know, and then somebody's down there, you know, hey, guess what? You can't always see. You don't always have like a real clear line of sight. But yeah, it seems like that's not that bad, and maybe I need to go try this right now so you guys can show me. But yeah, it's almost certainly raycast hit a wall. I've seen that before as well. Like guys will be up there, and I'm shooting at them, and I'm getting cover. You know, it's throwing up the cover message for those who are new to the stream, new to the game. The game does have cover, and there's some ways you can use that for your advantage. But yeah, the guys up there will be getting cover. And the cover stuff isn't just a single line. It actually does multiple lines to see what percentage of the critter you can find. Yeah, that's a little surprising that they would have trouble. And then there's stuff like this, which having that up there is cool. But man, come on, people. Can we put that up closer so it's not blocking the whole nav mesh? Because, yeah, I don't even see how they can get by that. Does that have collision on it? Yeah, it's got a mesh collider on it. It's got a mesh, and of course it's not even a convex mesh. It's just a mesh. Level designers! Let's see. Hold on, I'm going to turn off lighting so I can see if it's penetrated. Yeah, it's penetrated. Ugh. What if I scale it down a little bit? I'm going to put it up there. Trying to make sure, again, if I could see the nav mesh, I would probably be able to see if that was breaking it. My guess is that, like that thing right there, breaks nav mesh across there. Have them fire the ballista. You know, we've got the guys in the one in Kabbalist scenes and the sieges. But that kind of works differently. I think it looks kind of hokey having them fire the ballistas when they're up there. We need some more tech and some more animation stuff to make it look good. Let's see. Yeah, as Elwin Moon said, that's Hidden Veil is old stuff. So stuff in there is probably some of the first things level designers made. Yeah, this was made by... This map was originally created by Abe. Probably a name most of you have not heard. But he was a level designer that didn't stay with us that long. But he had some good ideas, had some good stuff. And, I mean, I think he did a pretty good job given what he had. Because our tool set, again, it's not just, you know, is the level designer awesome? Some of it is just the... I haven't picked a winner yet. Some of it is, you know, the tools that they have available to him. And he had some pretty bad tools at that time, so... Not dissing on Abe. He did good with giving this tool set. But yeah, I did take a pass on this, as I said, to fix up a lot of this stuff, but without redoing everything. You know, like doing like rock facing stuff is super time consuming. I wasn't going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Redoing the castle walls, again, is another big, super time consuming thing. All right, with no further ado, delay, let me... One and only says, I fixed the nav mesh exception, IL2 CPP change. But don't sync. I have submitted thousands of files today. We have. He's just admitted. One and only. That is, thank you for the fix on that stuff. But if you had been on for the start of the stream, you would have seen me locking up the stream 2 times for like 30 seconds or a minute each time. Which is my computer locking up because I did a sync and grabbed everything, and hey, guess what? Thousands of files had changed. So I should be able to safely sync up or grab stuff now. Let me try that. Dun 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 dun. Oh, you know what? He did. He just changed 1,000 more files. 4,000 files. Why would you do this? Okay, guys. Well, I'm probably gonna lock up here. Oh, Volsifar, 100 bits. Thank you very much for your bidding, and Juan Solo MVP. Thank you for the sub. We love the subs, and don't forget, with a sub, you also get access to Mojito and Darkstar. But who cares about Darkstar? You don't care about Darkstar. Let's see, where's Mojito? There he is. There's one of each. Look, you get some new emotes you can take to other streams. I think those go to other streams, right? Is that how that works? But anyways, last chance. I'm going to close the raffle in 5 seconds, and then I'll add in 3 extra seconds for the delay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and now closing. All right, let me pick a winner, and I think I actually have the editor. Yeah, I do have the editor open in the background. Here we go. You guys ready? Pick winner. Dust Rider. Or is it Do Strider? It's my fun game I like to play. See if I can mispronounce your name in interesting ways. Do Strider. Congratulations. Pardue, do you have to manually place every crafting node? Yeah, like harvest nodes. Yes, those do have to be placed. They're kind of the same thing. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll have like a prefab set up that has like, if we know we want ore, we'll have like, here's the prefab that's got like 10 ore things on it. And you can just put one of those in the scene, and then you kind of like place it, and then you can go and snap to ground like here, there, there, and there. Let me get my editor resyncing up on the crap that one and only just checked in. And let me see what that bing was all about. Let's see. He lives. Burning Toad lives. Publish. You can do a jump patch if you want. All right, it's going to be downloading from cache server here. Do you guys get to see that pane? Oh, yeah, you don't get to see that because that's a window on top of the window. Oh, God, I may be in for a shader recompile here. I may have to switch over to the editor for a while again. For those who are wondering, that is Burning Toad is back online in the land of the living. But he's informed me that, let's see, online at home now, though a little delirious from sleep deprivation. When he left, this is going to be like Luke's a Jedi. When he left, we weren't doing daily streams. I started that pretty much about the same time he left, so this is all going to be new to him. He doesn't know that I'm streaming. But he is... Yeah, he'll just do a publish and verify. We can do... There's a concept we have of jump patches, because I think we actually did 3 builds. There's actually 3 patches that'll be coming out here shortly. So for some people, that'll be painful if you're on a platter drive. I know the patching is painfully slow. If you're on a platter drive, honestly, I would probably recommend doing Steam because they do really big downloads that apply pretty quick. We do really small downloads, small as we can get them, but they are slow to apply and result in files that are fragmented beyond belief. Those of you who are all SSD people have no idea what I'm talking about with fragmentation, but trust me, it's a problem. But he can do the thing he was talking about with the jump patches. We, of course, have patches where we can go from version 941 to 942. That's a patch. And we can go from 942 to 943. That's a patch. 943 to 944. That's a patch. Each one of those is like if you're on a platter drive that's a slow, fragmented platter drive, you're talking about, could be 10, 15 minutes of your hard drive sitting there smoking and generating heat, and you crying about the slow patch times. So the jump patch, what that does is rather than it being 3 different patches that apply, download, apply, download, apply, download, apply, he can do a 941 to 944 jump patch. So it's only 1 patch but he's not going to do that because he is delirious and exhausted and has been on a plane for the last 18 hours. And I do not blame him. I'm not sure I'd want him doing that. All right, let's see. Let me see what's going on over here. Yes, I'm still, you guys can't see it, but I'm waiting on, I've got to hold on importing small assets dialog that's up in front of my Unity, so I can't use Unity until that goes by. One and only was right. I did get thousands of files just before I went live, and then I got thousands of files just after I went live. It looks like pretty much everything was touched. But let's see. Let me go through and answer some questions while I wait on that. Oh, and I didn't give out the prize yet. Oh, so horrible. Let me close that. Oh, look, and I have the game running behind it. That's good for performance. Who's that guy that won? Dust Rider Lone Wolf. Dust Rider Lone Wolf. Hey, Dust Rider, if you prefer, I could do, instead of giving you the prize that you just won, because I think it's about like a $20 prize, if you want, I can just change your name to Dust Rider. Let me know. I'll hold off on sending you the prize. If you'd rather I rename you, I can do that for you, though. But let me go pick what my next prize. And now I'm already behind again. It's already 3:23. I said I do one at 3:30. Oh, we're doing all sale stuff today. We're going to do a hollow log 2-story village as next. I'm going to do this one pretty quick, so I'll draw it like in 20 minutes. Of course, I say that, but I'll talk and forget. Hollow log 2-story village house. And open. Now you guys can raffle. All those guys who did raffle up before I just said that, you guys were wasting your time. Oh, congratulations, Tazar ODE, Order of the Drunken Elders. That's the guild I should be in based purely on the name, but I'm not. But Tazar, congratulations, you were the first in. Devil Cult is always in like the first 3, I've noticed. You were number 3, Devil Cult. Juan Solo MVP was number 2. Yeah, I can see the experienced people there. Elwin, you were number 6. That Which Lurks was number 5. Irish Eyes was number 4. This all doesn't matter at all. It's just whether you're paying attention or not. All right, I didn't buy that thing. Did I? Okay, there. I just bought one. But I'll do that one next. And that Dust Rider, I'll take the prize. Okay, I'll send you the prize. I forget what the prize was. Wait, I can remember by looking at the thing. It was a tabletop tree pack. I think I bought that. I'll buy another one just to be safe. Wouldn't want to have to come back to the menu. Hold on, let me send you Dust Rider. Oh, let's see if Dust Rider is available. Oh, Dust Rider is available. Someone should go camp that, and you can sell it back to him for like 50 bucks or something. 500 crowns, 5,000 crowns. Don't do that. I'll change your name. I'll protect you, Dust Rider. I'll look out for you. If you go and take Dust Rider, I'll name you to like Mr. Poopy Pants or something. Tree. Oh, there they are. Yay, they all fit. Grats. All right, let's see. Closing that thing down. Let's see if how my Unity's doing over here. Hey, it looks like Unity's back. Sort of back. Hold on. Frozen, frozen, frozen. There we go. All right. What else is going to look at? But yeah, this is, someone was saying this is one of the older maps. And it does use, some of the older art sets. And does not have that much to it. But again, it's not horrible. Let me see what this terrain. Yeah, see, this is on an old shader. Oh, this is on the old slow shader. UV free legacy. So yeah, the terrain on this needs to be redone. I'm surprised it didn't get redone due to rendering problems. I'll go back and look at some questions here. I'm not doing what I'd said I was going to do today, which was doing the Deep Ravenswood, but I think you guys are getting to see a lot of stuff here. That's good information. Pardue, making a character called Dust Rider right now. I will rename him to Pardoo. Let's see. Raffle. Question. Oh, Irish Eyes. Sorry, I was just saying you're the fourth person to enter into the giveaway. I was just calling out the guys that are always on the ball. So you were the fourth most on the ball. Tazar ODE was number one on the ball. And Yinky. Yinky was one of the guys who, when I called out a prize earlier, he was AFK, called away to a meeting or something. But he mailed me and I did get him his prize today. Yinky, if you haven't been in game yet, your prize should be waiting for you. And stop going to AFK. It may have just been that I lost track because of stuff, because that's, if you notice, the pattern is, hey, let's do a raffle, and I do the drawing, and then everybody says, grats, and I was like, yay, congratulations, winner, let me start a new raffle, and then I do the new raffle, and then, of course, so you might have been talking in that section. Artemis, question, can you get the devotionals as decos in before the patch? So I talked to Star about that. He said he wanted the devotionals. The reason he initially set the devotionals as had B set them as town stuff is because then it's one of those things, there's a limited number of buildings, and if we didn't do that, like, everybody would have every single devotional, like every town in there would, they'd fill up with devotionals. So that was the reason to not have the lots of devotionals. Is that was kind of the way that it was limiting things. I kind of agree with him on that because, again, if not, then there's really, we like making people make choices on things, and that's one of those where I think it makes sense to leave it as a choice you have to make of buildings. So, no, I will not change that right now. Let's see. Trying to catch up. I think I might be caught up, and I can get back to stuff here. Tazar, are Troll and Kobold dungeon blueprints in game yet? We've had zero luck. They are not dropping in game. They will not be dropping with this patch, but this patch that it was just pushed out has them. I can go and give you a quick show of those things. Let me go to Deco Test. I can show you what they look like, and they will start dropping. I'm going to have them drop at a little higher rate to start off with. Most of those blueprinty type things and recipes generally drop at 2% rate. I'm trying to make sure these are all at 5% rate since you guys got a late start on. And also I got Star yelled at me because we had that in the patch or in the release notes that it was going to be live. Of course, if you watch my stream every day, like, you're required to know what's going on, because I suck at communicating things other than outside of my stream, then you would have known that I had not added them to the game because I wanted to work out the totem stuff and make sure the totems were all in there and working right. And hey, and guess what? Totems weren't in there and they weren't all working right. The patch that was just, somebody just clicked the button on to publish the patch, that should have all the totem stuff cleaned up. All the totem stuff should be correct now. But the recipes aren't dropping in that. I can show you the recipes. I actually have them all. I have them checked in. and they're all tested. There's some weirdness in the spawning I'm seeing. That one and only, he's watching this, so I was going to make a few jars for him, but let me just go over here and show you what they look like. Oh, here's another one, fun one. You guys can see. Here it is. Okay, I'm clicking the play button now. Let's see how long Unity takes before I can actually test my work. Yep, ready to go. You guys ready to go? Let's charge into that level and test something. You know, rapid iteration cycle for testing. That's the whole, like, dream. Food Bunny, I was actually being sarcastic. I know that you guys do not watch my stream every day, and that we need to do a better job. I was actually laughing about it because Star was telling me, and I was remembering in my head, because Star and I both, like, we try to be good managers on things, and one of those concepts of being a good manager when you talk to people is you deliver news in the form of what we refer to as adult content coming up. We refer to it as a shit sandwich. So you always try to make sure, one of the good manager things, you know, I've got all those different rules. I've probably spouted off a few of them here, but delivering news as a shit sandwich. Oh, this is great, one and only. Look what you've done to my terrain. This is fabulous. Great work. Oh, but anyways, the shit sandwich thing is you say, hey, something nice, and then you give them the, you know, that's the bread, and then you give them the shit part, and like, but you did the other thing, and the other thing, and the other thing, and the other thing wrong, and then you give them the close with the, hey, but, you know, whatever positive. So you give them the positive stuff, then you give them like the negative, and then you give them the positive stuff on top. And that's just kind of one of those things that's a manager type thing, that if, you know, as you develop management skills, I mean, not everybody needs that, but for people who do need that, it's, you know, can be really important, because that's one of those things, like, you don't want to demoralize your own team just due to bad practices for talking to people. But anyways, back to the reason I was telling you that story was he told me about the whole, some people were pissed because I didn't have the information in the release notes. I had some stuff in there that was dropping, and they went farming stuff that wasn't dropping yet. As Tazar mentioned, the blueprints for a few things for the encounter rooms. But he sent me an email on that, and I had to immediately write him back, and he said, and remind him that you forgot the bread for the top of your shit sandwich. I know, long story to tell, but I was cracking up a little bit, because of course I know how we both work so well that he normally does the shit sandwich, but not that time. I just got bread on the bottom of that shit sandwich. But yes, that is something that I am going to try to do better at, due to Star's urging and other people's urging. One and only, pretty sure Unity did that. I completely agree that this is a Unity thing here. Doesn't look like I have any errors, but you can go check it if you want to, Justin, but it's just Echo Test Bed. Let me see. Is my dungeon set to... Okay, I am in adventure mode. Yep. Rapid iteration time right here. Waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it. Waiting for it. It's actually, right now, it's building the nav mesh. You guys can't see it, but there's a little screen here updating that's building the nav mesh. The nav mesh, when you're running in the editor, generates really slow when you go into a dungeon. Although I will point out, and I'm sure this will make Tazar happy, the troll room is a pretty freaking big room. So just having the troll room in there may be increasing the time that it takes to build things. Let's see if there's any questions while I wait for this. That which lurks. Will the bar gas be built today or tomorrow? Man, you guys really want that big wolf. That's the type thing that I'm not going to try to cram in for this release, so I'll probably not do it. I will build it on stream if you guys want me to, but I'm not going to try to cram it in right now. Really, I'm trying to not break crap. And just only changes I'm making right now mostly are dealing with dungeon stuff, trying to make sure the dungeons are working as I expect. Which right now, at least this one is not. There's something going on where this is... Things are spawning in here, but there's like a delay or something like that is what I was seeing earlier. I guess I better get... true. Because this should have guys that are spawning like here, there, like there. There's archers, there's ranged guys all around up here. There's a couple of superior archers that stand up here. Down here in front of these, there's 4 elites that are anchored right in front of these 4 chairs. There's 2 elite melee guys there. Oh yeah, there's a totem in there too. And then there's like a guard by each of the doors. Now earlier when I was in here, I thought, I was like, it's all broken, it's all crap. And then all of a sudden I was standing around and like they're spawning. So I'm trying to, I have not gone in and debug it. I was probably just going to turn it over to 1 and only. Because I've got everything set up, and like I said, they do spawn. Maybe I just need to go check and see if there's some spawn timer on the prefab for the creatures that are in there. But something weird is going on. I'll come back to that room in a minute, and they'll probably have dudes in it. So this one over here is just the Lich room. It also is having a little bit weird behavior, and yeah, there's statues in there. And I have not, the totems are in there now, and they all have their own unique statue type, so you won't be able to put like a kobold on a Lich pedestal or something like that. And the mouse over will show them correctly, and like they'll show up right in your inventory, but they all use the Lich statue right now. I've not gone to dig up the other ones. Actually, I did dig up the other statue for kobolds, but I didn't want to throw it in because it didn't have a good low poly version of it, and I didn't want to have this tiny statue that had crazy number of polygons. So here's one thing I have to go down and go change, which is you can see the culling, camera culling. I made the room so big that the camera culling is way back there, and the default dungeons. This is one after making this I found out this is what was going on. But the default dungeons have different cull distances than some of the others in different fog settings. So like if you go to the minecart starting thing, there's actually fog distance, and there's actually some decent numbers in there, but those are not consistent across all the dungeons, which means the rooms behave badly, like this. See the background? Oh. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Oh, and there's a floating lantern right there. I'll fix that in just a second. But yeah, so if I wait around here for a while, there will be a bunch of giant trolls that will spawn and appear. And I'm not sure why they are not working right up front. I'm thinking it may also be, it could be a timing thing, or it could just be an editor thing. We're going to kick off a build tonight that'll have all the fixes in it. And I'll see if it works in that. If not, I'll have to kick off another build tomorrow afternoon. But this over here, as you saw, that was the troll room. God, then there's like some little invisible thing right there. Maybe it's the hammer. It has collision on it or something. But there should be, pretend that there's a troll spawning right here. There's a little nest of trolls right over here. I think it's 3 of the lowest level trolls. The trolls, there's 3 different spawn level type things. There's like the normal, the hard, and then the boss. And then based on the tier of what's in there, it picks from those charts what type of troll. So like on tier 1, like the base troll is oh yeah, and 4 minutes until I close the giveaway and start another one. Get busy. But yeah, so, and then like the boss, there's only 1 boss troll in this thing, which, as you might guess, he spawns down here. And again, I'm hoping this is just in the editor that it's doing this weirdness, but I'll find out in the next build that'll be finishing up tonight. Oh yeah, and this does have 2 exits to it, in case you were wondering. It's not a single entrance. The single entrance room, I think, are kind of lame. They don't help you grow your dungeon. And I kind of also imagine it's like such a big room, and I actually left the price on it pretty reasonable. I think this is like, it eats up like 40 points or something, which for a room this size is like a pretty good steal, in my opinion. So yeah, so you can plan your dungeon where it goes through here, so either way you go, you're going to hit at least 1 or 2 trolls, and before you get here. And then again, the big boss troll dude spawns right over here when I figure out what the timing issue is with this room in particular. Oh, but the reason I think it could be an editor thing is I'm also seeing some bad behavior in like the existing, when I put down the existing encounter room, it seems to work fine, but then in the editor, it doesn't work so fine. So, let's see. Z of Silverdale, question, will we ever be able to put stuff in the hallway sections or those small entrances? Yes, and I think you can put stuff in some of them. Some of them were the ones I created, and I think I put down floor pieces for them, but that was pretty much all, but I may not even have done that for the hallways. But some of the hallways I know have deco surfaces. But again, not all of them, so it'll vary. But yeah, that'd be one of those things. If you have a set, make sure put a bug on it, because List can do those really quick. As I sit here and volunteer List for work, he may be speaking up in chat in a second saying, "Eat crap." Radicus, question, I had the Viking Town bundle, but never upgraded my village home because the lot was decorated. I just sent everything to the bank, but now the option to upgrade the house to a town no longer shows. Huh. I now want to upgrade to city with today's offer. Figure it out, Radicus. Obviously, you're another one of those guys who's been around forever, and we all know pretty well. Try and figure it out yourself. Maybe some other player can help you figure out what's going on. If you can't figure it out, get with me tomorrow, and I'll help you. I'll sit down with you, and we can just hand each other stuff. You can hand me your whatever crowns, and I'll hand you the proper deed. But yeah, I'd say try and figure that out, because I know it's working for other people. I think that yesterday there were like 13 lot upgrades during my little window. Yeah, Zelwyn Moon says, yeah, this is another one of those things. As a dev, I haven't tried out. I mean, I tested the upgrade stuff one time, and I do not remember how it works. So you guys would be a much better source for that type of stuff. But don't worry, I'll take care of you. You're not screwed. But there's probably some easy explanation that's just a little less obvious. And yeah, for those who missed out, that was a special I was doing. I'll let it go until 9 o'clock tonight, which is what I did yesterday, which is purely because it's an in-game thing, which means there's a lot of people. If you're in California and you work until 5 or 6, and it takes you 30 minutes, hour to get home, you can't get home before 9 o'clock Texas time, so I was doing it till 9. But if you upgrade a lot in-game, you can do that with crowns now in size, then I will give you a third of whatever you pay for that towards a new house of your choosing. If it's more than the third that you just spent, then you can always just throw in the extra crowns or whatever. So if you paid 9,000 crowns for an upgrade, I forget what that gives, but that was like the most popular upgrade people did yesterday, was 9,000 crowns. Then you get 30 or 3,000 crowns towards a house, which can get you a number of different houses. And I think there's one house that may be like 4,500 crowns, so just throw in like an extra 1,500 crowns and I'll send you the house. And if you are someone who has like an expired thing where you can't get them anymore, and you upgrade your lot with that, I forget if Vikings expired, it probably is. If you will send me your upgrade and then send me your house deed, I will send you back the next house deed up, to match whatever you just upgraded to. And you have to send me your old one, because again, what I don't want is I don't want to be adding expired content to the game. But I'll swap out your expired content for the next tier up expired content for this one type. Yeah, sounds like Vikings expired. Again, that's one of those things, as I mentioned. That is, Star knows that stuff. But yeah, so you got to send me your old Viking thing so we can remove that from the game, and then I can send you the new Viking thing. Can I upgrade? I don't know what pledge homes. I'm not sure what that means. Twitch UO. Let's see. Question. Expanding orange. Yeah, the supply bundles. Yeah, I do need to. That was one of the things we were supposed to talk at our last meeting, but we had so many other things to talk about that we did not get to it. But Bezos and I were supposed to have the big talk on improving loot, starting with R65. And loot bundles is one of the things that I still love the concept of them. I think that there's some problems with them. But I think they can be dramatically improved. I think they're also something that should be scattered around more. And also have more than just the 4 variations where it's, small, medium, large, extra large, or whatever. Have some that, favor things. You can have if you find a green one, then it has it's a high chance for patterns or whatever. That type of thing, where it's actually there's some special ones in there that you still get the surprise, or the if it's not something you don't care about, you don't have to open it. You can just put it on your vendor. But that's one of those things I would like to do more with. That I also think is good for us, because it's kind of low hanging fruit, easy to propagate to the world when we update things. I'm behind again, aren't I? I'm going to be closing the giveaway in 5 seconds. I'm going to pay attention. You will not distract me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'm going to wait 2 or 3 seconds because there's the whole Twitch lag thing. And then I'm going to close the giveaway. Someone always does it immediately afterwards. I knew you guys would do that. You guys are just trolling me. All right, so this is for the hollow 2-story log village house. I'm going to pick the winner right now. Boom. Hey, Radic is just talking about you. Rigged. It is truly not rigged. Again, I do show this occasionally, but where's the... I don't have the window up there anymore. But Radicus... Well, Radicus, you're working on upgrading your other house. Let's see what happens with your other house. Maybe I can just give you some credit towards whatever house you're moving to, or whatever you end up doing. I'll go ahead and send this to you. Radicus. Hollow 2-story, so that's a village. So yeah, again, you're trying to move up. Brats. All right, now I'm going to pick one last thing. It'll be my closing prize. And again, as most of you who have watched my stream know, I try to end my streams around 4, because that's usually when my little pumpkin, my amazing 5-year-old, gets home. I'll probably go a little bit late because I haven't seen the call from the wife, which she always calls when she picks her up. So let's see what to do. What's a good one here? Or there's here's something. This is like universal right here. This is put it on your vendor for right up front. If I do a commission-free vendor, that just seems too common. Let me think about it. What's this clock? complete set. Wow, look at all the clocks. It's a lot of clocks. Copper bathtub. Do. All right. Just because I know it's one of those things that like everybody wants one, I'll do a commission-free vendor just because that's kind of like gold standard for everybody who wants one. Or were those needs that everyone wants because everyone needs? Free vendor. And go. Now it's open. Let me see if I can read some questions. Since the new updates with lots and buildings, is it better to upgrade? Oh, I just got mentioned on our chat program. Hold on. Better to upgrade the new lots and buildings if you have one of the old ones. I have a night building with optional waterfront access. I have no idea what you guys think is best, honestly. Bigger is better generally in everyone's mind. Hold on, I'm telling Burning Toad I will post the patch notes. Yes, he's trying to read my Perforce comments, and there's like 2 or 3 change lists that have confusing stuff in them. But let's see. So we got the commission-free vendor. You guys are all doing the raffling for that. Let's see. The top 3 there were, now that you guys know that I'm going to be calling out your names. Devil Colt, you slipped to number 7. Radiant Ranger was the first guy in. Then Lancermane, and That Which Lurks, and Cleo Dude, and Christ Pallid, Beast Striker, and then Devil Colt, and then Liz Kimber. Oh, these other other guys fell way down there. But anyways, let me go back over here and see if there's any questions. Oh yeah, I'm not actually looking at the game. Let me look at the game here. So yeah, so this is what the troll version, the troll thing will look like. Again, there's some bugs that this revealed, including the fact that not all dungeons have equal fog, as you see the black wall back there. So they cull differently, because you shouldn't be able to see the back wall. Dungeons should have some fog distance in there. But I think this is it's not quite as long as the minecart, but it's pretty long. I mean, it's like 120 meters or something crazy long. So again, though, it had to be a pretty big space, and as I mentioned earlier, it is one that the leash distance on is one of the things I tried to pay attention to make sure you could both lose the big guys, that they wouldn't let you pull them in here and have you stand right here and fight. I think you can on some of the little guards, but not the big guys. And just trying to make sure that the fighting spaces were properly spaced out. The look of my face is shiny and sweaty. It's must be hot in the cave. What is going on there? Yeah, that's kind of... Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I don't... that's not happening in the actual client, is it? Let me look real quick. Hold on, I'm checking. Yeah, the actual client looks correct, I think. Yeah, the client is actually correct. Z of Silverdale, see ya. Oh, and I forgot Sinesh Kazagal, 100 bits. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's actually right in the client. It's just bad in the editor. You will find that happens a lot. So many of the problems that we've been dealing with are, this doesn't happen in the client or in the editor, it only happens in the client. That's what the whole black terrain, white terrain thing was that was going on. And see if Silverdale, thank you for 3 bits. I normally don't thank people for 3 bits, but you've given more than your fair share, so thank you very much. Yeah, so there's lots of stuff that only happens in the client. And see if Silverdale, 200 bits. Thank you again. And you were like number 12, by the way, entering Z of Silverdale. But if you're leaving now, I'll get you your prize if you leave now. I'll take care of you. Been most generous. Yeah, so that's whatever that shiny is there. That's pretty cool. Oh man, that's like Silence of the Lambs creepy there. You guys are looking at that like the kind of see that he's got like he's made a face out of shiny skin. Puts the lotion on so it's shiny. Let me look for a few more questions here, and then pretty quick, or I'm going to wrap this thing up. Again, though, this is the troll one, and I'm not sure. This time it didn't look like it didn't spawn at all, even though I'm in adventure mode. Earlier it spawned, but only spawned half of them. It didn't spawn it for a while. So it was spawning. This one did spawn some trolls last time, just not all the trolls. This is one where I'm going to shake my fist at one and only who's in the stream right now, or was in the stream. Oh, so now look, this one now is going to spawn. Look, see, I'm pretending to be frozen. Not moving. It's a strain that's locked up, not Unity. Oh. What is going on here? Yeah, and so there's supposed to be like a lich here, and then there's another one over here. And then... yeah, and then there's the boss lich that spawns up there. Oh, now it looks like more of them are spawning now. It's almost like there's a trigger it had to hit. What is going on with that? I'm talking to you, Justin. Now watch. I bet if I go back to the other ones, I bet now the other ones are going to work too. Let's see. Oh yeah, look. Son of a... now they're all working? There's some magic over in that one. One and only. It looks like he just submitted something that will help me figure this out. But anyways, this is... that's more what it's supposed to look like. And you guys are supposed to leash on me soon. Go home. Jeez. Go home already. No, you're definitely not supposed to be coming out here. Get back in your house, dudes. All right, looks like I set the leash distance on at least those 3 that are just around the corner to be... I think I did. I was looking at from above, which means that it was probably looking... oh, come on. Come on, Unity. Let's see. Yeah. See, I think I looked at it and saw that it's like, oh, that keeps them, you know, doesn't let them leave the hallway. That actually gets them pretty darn close to the entrance there. Oh, wait, no, the blue is their leash, and that's way outside. Oh, crud. I think I was probably looking at the red distance for their leash on these when I was planning these. Okay, I may have to go back and touch these up. These will go live in the next patch, because I'm assuming we'll have another patch out after that before you guys actually get any of these in there and placed. Tazar is, of course, laughing at me because he's probably going to have several placed within the first few hours of the patch going live. a few issues to work out with them now that I got the other issues worked out, but you get the general idea in here. And again, this is on, what is that? So this is a level 3. And so you can see time scale 0.1. So here's the stats on that guy in case you were ever wondering about stats. So you can see his health. He's got, this is not a boss type troll. This is a tier 3 middle troll type guy. But he's got about 3,500 hit points. He's got a strength of 600. So he'll hit modestly hard. That's not as high as a troll like even Torque Doll, but significantly higher than some of the other guys. Oh, you can see the horrible stretch in that skirt that's been there forever, that kilt. Oh. Anyways. Could Spider Queen's babies be tameable, please? That way the Obsidian Destroyer isn't the only super pet. The boar, I thought the boar was on par with the Obsidian Destroyer. Is that not correct? It isn't, they tell me. Says that which lurks, and since he's the one screaming for pet, 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 I'm gonna trust him. Oh, the Razorback is only as good as the largest. See, I thought it was a notch above that. I thought when I did my test, I thought it was close to 2,000 hit points with taming specialization. Maybe not, or maybe that got adjusted somehow. Slow-mo troll fight. Slow-mo running into the invisible object right there that I'm about to go fix. Yeah, and you guys should enter the raffle stuff. Oh, and also if you're a streamer, you should probably go get your stream going, because I'm going to be ending my stream here in a few minutes, and I can go crash on yours. Also known as raiding yours. And this is for, might as well just be a raffle for 20 bucks, because it is a commission-free vendor. Yeah, now you guys are entering the raffle. So yeah, so these will be going live, not in the patch that was just turned on, that some of you may be patching to. Oh, Mojito has emerged. Hi, Mojito. This will be in probably the patch tomorrow morning, that these will all start dropping. The recipes, I also put the recipes in there. I put in recipes for converting one from one to the other, from the non-decoable and the decoable. That's kind of I think I called them encounter versus decoable or something like that. But anyways, there'll be like 6 new recipes that'll start dropping, or 9 new recipes that'll start dropping. And the troll room will be in there. The rotunda will have the option to turn it into a encounter room, or the encounter version will just drop. The lich room will have that. The owl's head sewer is the other one that should be in there. And Tazar, if you're still in chat, I did verify the owl's head sewer one is dropping. It was dropping at 2%. I turned it up to 5% because killing that boss 50 times to get one on an average day is a little brutal, because that's actually a pretty tough little room to fight. That which lurks. So is that a yes to the Spider Queen babies being tameable in the future? That was I will look at it. I would like to have some other stuff. I don't want it to just be the bear being the top. I was under the impression that the bear and the boar were about on par. But if you're saying no, I completely believe you. But yeah, we could have top notch. I mean, I'd like to have pets in multiple categories that are on par with the bear. And again, that's some people brought up yesterday. I have on my list that I'm going to look at maybe I can do that for tomorrow's stream. go and look at the Wyvern and see what I can do to make the Wyvern as desirable as the Obsidian Destroyer. Snugs must not be on the stream because he would have thrown money at me for saying, thrown bits at me for saying I was going to look at taming tomorrow. But anyways, you guys have 5 seconds left to get in on the final giveaway. And then I'm going to wrap things up here. Question, what do you think about making the collision with 2 PvP players in Overworld, bring both players into a random encounter map to fight each other? That's one of the things we've talked about doing. I think there were enough concerns with it that we did not do that, but we want to have a way to let people reclaim lost stuff. Like what we don't want is we don't want players camping like zone ends as PvP, waiting for some other PvP guy to zone in and then immediately ganking them and then jumping through the zone in, and then giving him the finger because he knows you're not going to be able to do anything to him. The solution we proposed to that, well, one, in episode 2, again, that'd be something that having the large continents where there isn't a dual scale, that would help with that dramatically. The other thing to help with that was I've talked about having a ransom cooldown that basically, if you kill somebody and get ransom, you can't, if you leave the zone within 10 minutes, you don't actually get that ransom. It goes back to the original owner. And that's to give them a chance to reclaim their loot. So anyways, yeah. Gank and spank and run. Mackie Smack, or Monkey Smack. Let's see. And I think I'm going to call that a thing. I said I was going to do close the giveaway, so I'm going to close the giveaway. Mojito's looking at the door. I wonder if that means the wife got home and I didn't notice. So I'm closing the giveaway. Here we go. Closing the giveaway. Closing the giveaway. All right, now we'll do the thing where I share that window capture. Hold on. Whoops, I need to clear the transform. Transformers, more than meets the eye. That didn't help. Oh, that's awesome. That's fabulous. There we go. Transform. Fit to screen. There we go. So now you can see me do the drawing. All right, guys. We are just about to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for answering my many questions on pets. Sorry again if I pester too much. No, I know you guys are passionate about that stuff. I know this will shock you, but you're not the only guy who is passionate about tamed pets and pets. That is probably among the top 3 things at least that players harass me about. And again, I know it's just because you're very passionate about your pets. So here we go. I'm going to pick the winner. It's not showing the mouse in there, but you can see me mousing over it. And not cheating at all. Everybody has one ticket. And Pixel Mode Chris. Yes, it's me in Pixel Mode. Oh no, Mojito Cam is off. Oh no, Mojito Cam is there. He got up and he puts himself back under the covers. So sometimes he does that where you can't see him. And I go and I harass him and like, ha, surprise, Mojito. Pixel Mode Chris, congratulations. Are you willing to out yourself? Vino Corland. Let me get that going. Let's see. I don't think I actually did the thing. Commit. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Now my wife is calling. Now they're on the way home. Send mail. I'm sending it to you, and then I will tell everybody goodbye in a very polite way. Vino Corlan. Just making sure you gave me a good name. You did. Commish. And sit. Congrats. There you go. That has been sent. I'm all caught up on those things. I do have a few of the boxes. I've got about, for those people who did last week where I was shipping t-shirts, I've got about 15 boxes here that I've already packed up. I think I got most everybody who gave me their address so far. But I need to take them to the post office, and I don't leave the house anymore because I work from home. Go for days at a time without showering or changing clothes. Again, guys, thank you so much. I will get those in the mail for you guys here shortly because I've got to take a load of the normal boxes that I've got packed up to. Thank you so much for the support. Glad I could show you something a little bit different today rather than just the same thing I always show you of me standing looking at my mailbox. I know that's super interesting to you guys too. But glad I could show you guys some stuff in Editor. I'll try to do that some more in the future so you guys understand a little bit more about what's going on under the covers. Again, thanks so much. And remember, the lot upgrade deal will go on tonight until 9 o'clock Texas time, center of the universe time. Really, Austin, Texas has 2 time zones in it, I think. I think El Paso might be just inside the next time zone. Yeah, so if you buy an upgrade, you'll get a third of that price applied towards the house if you want to upgrade your house too. Because I know that's one of those things you'd upgrade your lot, but then you'd have to get a new house. Well, here's your chance. You can get 1/3 of whatever you spend on upgrading your lot applied towards a house. And you can just, if you want a house that's more than that amount, you can just send me the difference in crowns and tell me which one you want. Because you're going to have to email me in-game anyways. But again, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Glad I could answer lots of questions today. Even if half of them were that which lurks questions on pets and taming. Just kidding. Thank you again. The other thing is always, any of you guys out there, follow. And recruit your friends, recruit your friends, recruit your friends. But again, thanks so much, guys, for all the support, all the things you do. And I will see you tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do for the stream tomorrow. I may be doing pets. I may be doing taming. We'll see. I probably still have some stuff I want to work on for this release. I'm not going to work on the tame stuff for this release. So I might be doing that. I might just be playing. We will see you tomorrow. And I got to pick somebody to raid now. I hope you guys got your streams up. Because I know you all come raid me right at the start. Shroud of the Avatar. Yeah, there's a few guys to choose from here. Let me see who I've got. We got Famines, another one of our good streamers. The Ida Killer, Lady Killer. Channel of the Avatar. I actually love Channel of the Avatar, but I want you to get a better video card, man. At least I haven't checked lately, but it was rough. We got a new guy in there too, Mobile Nerd Games. I'm not sure what they're doing. They're new, but I haven't done Famines. I haven't raided Famines in a while. I think I'm going to raid Famines. And Famines, I do have some cloaks for you. I'll have to figure out. I got to pull them out and check them out. But I made some streamer cloaks, and I think it was Famines that was requesting them. But I'll give out some streamer cloaks that you guys can give away as prizes on your thing. They're just like cloaks that I think they have +5 fishing or something on them. Something that realistically is worthless, but players will probably go batshit crazy over because they want them so bad. But I can name them for, like, customize the name for your stream too. But guys, thanks so much. Let's go raid Famines. Go approve Arca's heraldry. I will do that right now. Raid. Right after I raid, oh, weird spelled famines. I think I got it. Yes, I did. All right, guys, let's go raid Famines. Make sure and give him lots of follows. Again, the more people, more eyes we have on the stream, the more eyes that get shown the stream. So it's important to watch whenever you can, even if you just keep it on the background. Even if it's you're not really watching. It still helps the game. It's pretty much free for you guys. So again, thank you guys so much for watching the stream today. Thanks for all the constructive questions. Thanks for the bits. Thanks for the subs. I think I got at least 1 or 2 new subs from Juan Solo MVP. And guys, thanks. See you in game. And look forward to the patch that's coming out now. That'll be an ugly patch because it'll be 3 patches. Boom, boom, boom. And then look forward to another patch tomorrow that will have the drops turned on for the other stuff, assuming nothing comes up with the totems tonight. But I think the totems are all fixed. I went and crafted them all myself, so I think they're all good. And good night. Rating.